Well, hey everybody, welcome back.
Hey everyone.
I'm Logan.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is Generation X Paranormal. Guys, we have had the kind of week that would make you very angry or
Hot
very
and sweaty
challenged
and frustrated.
Yeah, all of the above. So you're getting this episode on a Friday instead of a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That is because first of all, everybody in the planet's been boiling hot this week.
Yeah, it's been awful.
I mean, everybody's complaining about the heat, but more importantly, and the worst part about it is our HVAC decided to depart us for a while.
Yes, it did.
Right smack in the biggest heat wave in I think in decades.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was fantastic. So we did not want to be under lights and around computer parts or anything of that nature because too hot.
Yes, too hot. And we would have been cranky.
I would have been very cranky. But guess what, guys? We're here now. So we're excited to bring this to you. But before we kind of get started, kind of something I wanted to bring up that we talked about as we were ending last season. We are available on video on a couple of the podcast platforms. We've always been available on YouTube. And the reason I'm bringing this up is this particular episode.
Yes.
It is probably going to be one of those that if you're listening, by all means, listen. There's going to be plenty of stuff for you to hear. It's not that. It's just there are going to be parts where you're probably going to want to watch this. And what makes it kind of cool is with YouTube, obviously, could have always done this. But if you're listening to it on Apple, if you're listening to it on Spotify, if you're listening to it on iHeart, but I don't know if iHeart does the switching thing or not. But anyway, Apple and Spotify, you can literally press a button, which tried it. So we actually know. Mm-hmm. We tested it before we gave it to you. You can actually hit switch to video or switch to audio. That's going to be important for this episode. So please keep that in mind.
Yes.
We won't always tell you to switch, but I think you'll probably get it if we don't. So other than that, guys, this is a big one. This is
a huge undertaking.
It's a huge undertaking, and it's first of all, it's long overdue. We've needed to do this for a while. It's
unfortunately,
it's been something that we've done some time ago, but yeah, we're happy to bring it out now. And I know that the people that we went with are probably saying, "Well, it's about time."
They were already forgotten what happened.
They were already long since forgotten. But so yeah, what are we talking about today?
So we are returning to the Brooks Estate.
Yes,
the Brooks Estate. And if you are familiar with the Brooks Estate, we did an episode on it on season 4, episode 6. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to encourage anyone that has never listened or watched that episode to stop right now in this episode and go back and watch it.
Or come back.
Yeah, or if you even want to refresh, because there's going to be a lot of information in that episode that will help you understand more of what happens in this episode. It's almost like a part 1, part 2.
Yeah, kind of really is.
Yeah. And it, I go over all the history and things that are claimed in the thing. And we're not going to take time to do that in this episode because we've already gone over it and we need time to show you what happened. Yeah,
guys, this is, I gotta say, and I'm not going to tip my hat too much because you're going to have to listen and watch, but
incredible.
Yeah, this might be one of the most active and one of the most well-recorded documented hauntings we've ever been a part of.
I would agree. And I don't know if it's because, for me especially, I have a special connection to this house, to the owners, and to the spirits in this house. I was responsible for finding a lot of the history that the owners didn't know. And because of that, when I looked all that up, I spent days and days and days invested in this place. And then learning of the spirits that could have possibly passed away at this home. And I got really emotionally tied to them. So this meant a lot, and trying to figure out what happened and who could be there and who may need help. So it's a passion project. Mm-hmm. I will say it's a passion project. And the owners, Mike and Kristen, have been so sweet and kind and giving, allowing us to come back and investigate it. And this time we got to bring our good friends from AC Ghosthunters,
Yes.
Chris and Anna.
Chris and Anna.
To experience, because we always told them about this place. We're like, you guys got to come and see what it's all about. And they, obviously enjoyed themselves as well. But this place is the Brooks Estate, and it is located in East Prairie, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of close to the Boot Hill, if you know where that's at.
Right.
Yeah.
Sykeston, Cape Girardeau, that kind of area.
That area. Yeah. Now, I'm just going to go over just a little bit of a tiny bit of the history.
Kind of have to.
Yeah, just barely, because I've covered this in detail on the other episode, like I said. Yeah. So if you've listened up this point and haven't heard the other one, please go back and do that. And right now it's spoilers if you don't go back and do it.
Also, that episode is available on video and audio, so you can do the same thing. So
agreed. Yeah. Now, the house is built in 1918.
Yes.
Okay, by Dave Brooks. Okay, and now obviously it's owned by Mike and Kristen, and they run it as an Airbnb.
Yes.
Okay. Now, aside from the Airbnb, it started as just an Airbnb, but because of the hauntings, now it is open to paranormal investigators to go investigate. Okay.
Boy, is it ever.
Now, I've heard ramblings online of things that have been said about the Brooks Estate that I'm going to address. And because I did the history, and I know this for sure, and when I say there is documented something, that means I have pen and paper documents saying a certain thing. There have been things said that there's documented and verified deaths that I have no recollection of, that I have never found. So there's a number out there that there's been a lot more deaths than are actually documented that I was able to find. So if you hear these things and see these things, that doesn't necessarily mean what it is. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out there.
And for those who have those claims, please, I would
love to know
if you have the documentation, send it our way. We're happy to add that to our documentation as well. But
as far as we know, there are 4 documented deaths at this property, and those are Dave Brooks, the one that built the house.
Right.
His daughter, Bertha Prince, she died of typhoid fever. J.D. Brooks was just a little child. I think he was only like so many months old.
Yeah.
11 months old, I believe. And Ernest Cranford, which was a man that lived there later, and he actually died on the property. Those are the only 4 that we have death certificates, newspaper articles, what have you, listing that they died on the property.
Correct.
Okay. Now, there is one more that is just of our opinion that we feel that possibly could have died on the property. That is not documented. That is an opinion. And that's the difference between documentation and opinion. Okay. And you can't say, even if there's a psychic reading, that is not documented, that is not verified. That is just an opinion. Okay. On to the arrival of us and Chris and Anna.
Yep.
To the Brooks Estate, and we had planned on being there for 2 nights and 1 day, because we wanted to cover it, as much as we could.
Right.
So when we first get there, we kind of take Chris and Anna and give them a tour of the house. They get to meet the owners and everything. And what's interesting is, if you listen to the last episode, it's a small house. It's a small interior. You can enter through, we usually do through the side into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then the bathroom's right off to the left, and then the living room. And then there's a staircase with witches' stairs, which they're offset from each other. And you go up, and then right on the left-hand side, there is a red bedroom. And then you turn around and then go down when I say hallway, I'm being, it's like a landing. Yeah. And there's another little bedroom in the back that's blue. Okay. So as we refer to these, we're going to just red room or blue room. Okay. We may change it at some point for a reason, but we're not going to get to that right now. But when Anna and I think you and Chris were outside talking to the owner.
Yeah.
But Anna and I were up in the red room, and in that corner, it was like a weird gas oil smell, and I was like, where is this coming from? It made no sense. Like I was like sniffing everything. I was like, the guys are gonna walk in and like see us sniffing things, which is really weird. But it had like an old oil lamp type gas smell.
Like kerosene?
Kind of. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It was really strange. I couldn't find it from, where it was coming from. But it's interesting because when we mentioned it to the owner later, she said, "Oh yeah, I sometimes smell that in this house."
Right.
Now there is no gas in this house. Everything's and there's not even central heat or air. There's just like wall heaters or window air conditioners. So there's not even that. Like there's no propane or anything like that.
No, I mean that heater works really, really well. We found that out, but yeah,
so
it's not.
It's really strange. Like it almost makes me think it's like a residual smell.
Yeah, I mean, and you'll have that from time to time. Yeah,
and this house has been renovated, so it's not like it's original from back in the days. They would have used something like that. This is
down to the studs. Renovated.
So there doesn't make any sense. Now, also when we were upstairs, Anna began to get a headache. So just keep that in mind. She got a headache. So just keep that in mind.
That's an important one.
Yeah. Now we end up leaving to go get some dinner, because we got there a little bit later,
and that was quite a quest.
Yes, but we had put our video camera upstairs against the far wall, shooting down the hallway, so you can see the blue room at the very end of it. You can see some chairs on the left-hand side. You can't see the red room, but it's to the right, and you can see the staircase. Okay,
right.
So we have that on. And we've got the tripwire like down the hallway, kind of like going around the edge of the stairs. And then there's a candle in the blue room, okay, on the table, an EMF candle that will go on and off depending if EMF runs into it. And then there's also another candle, same thing, on the side table off to the left of the camera. And then there's a REM pod in that little buggy that's sitting there with the doll.
Yeah.
Okay. And our idea, well, really Chris and Anna's idea, because Chris and Anna of AC Ghosthunters, they have been on several episodes with Paranormal Quest.
Yes, they have.
And so it was their idea, hey, let's do this because this is what Paranormal Quest always does.
Yes.
And they leave the camera rolling while they're out and about. And you'll see in this clip, we're gonna show all this, but Chris decides to do what Dave of Paranormal Quest always does, which is
we're leaving.
And it's super loud.
It's so loud. And guys, and Chris knows this. Chris does not have what we would call a weak voice.
It's very strong.
The man's voice can travel. And I'm pretty sure the roof came off, but no, it was great. And I will tell you this, it was such a great homage to him. So we hope they enjoy it.
Yeah. So we're going to play this clip. This is after you're going to hear us downstairs a little bit leaving, and you'll hear the code on the door, the locking and everything. And there's several things that happen. So pay attention, especially this is a part. If you're on audio, you need to switch to video.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this is mainly going to be all video things that you see. But we'll talk about what's seen or heard when we play this clip, and we'll do it right after.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, for the cameras, the recorder, and Paranormal Quest, we're leaving!
The night we were at the city.
Which way do I go? I'll stand up here so you can hear me and stuff.
Hello?
Okay, so it's really interesting here because when we first go downstairs to get all our stuff ready to go, that tripwire lights up right by the edge of the blue room, like right the edge of where the edge, or where you would look over the banister, I should say, not where the staircase is, but the banister. It lights up right in there, like something came out of that room and looked like, hey, where are they?
Yeah.
Right? It lights up right there. It happens again. And then, of course, you hear the "we are leaving," right?
Yeah.
And you can hear us lock the door. And then it lights up again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really interesting. It's all around that time. Like, are they here? Are they still here? Are they still here? Yeah. Then as you go through the video, there's some. Now you're hearing a lot of flies. You're seeing flies. You're a little buzzing and stuff, and we accounted for that. That's not anything, okay? But there's several little noises like thumps and cracks. Now you might hear some that sound like car doors shutting and stuff, and that's all outside. But you can definitely tell when it's inside versus outside. Where's that coming from? Now it is an old house, so the floors could creak. So we don't want to say necessarily that was paranormal, but you can tell the difference in that and movement.
That, and I think I sped up quite a bit of that so that we didn't have it there.
Yeah.
I tried to keep the fly noise out of it as much as I could.
I know the fly was in the window a lot, but the tripwire, I mean, it keeps going off, lighting up, and the candle goes out and it comes back on, and then it goes off again, and then you're hearing thumps, and then you can kind of hear or see our car lights drive up from outside. You can hear us unlock the door. And as we're coming in, you see that tripwire light up again near the edge of that banister near that blue room. And then as we're talking downstairs, it lights up 3 more times. Now, what is interesting about this, and if you haven't listened to the last episode, or you may have forgotten since that last episode, that originally, when this house was built back in 1918, or maybe even a little bit later, the current owner, when he renovated this, switched the staircase. So where you go down the staircase now used to be on the opposite side. So if you would have been in that blue room and walked out of it and either went down, you could go down the staircase right there, or if you were just looking down to see if someone was down there, that's where you would have walked up to.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting to me that it's just there where it lights up most of the time. It's just right on the edge, like, are they here?
Yeah.
Are they here? Are they here?
It seems childlike.
Yes, it's very, very cool that we caught that. So now we decide to get all our stuff together. We're going to start our investigation upstairs. And there's a specific reason for that. I had this primary focus because there's talk about kids being in here. And some say that there's a girl, some say there's a boy, there's 2 boys. There's all these different thoughts, right? But there was one specifically that I wasn't sure that was actually there. I have just always felt is there. And I wanted to try to reach out to him and connect with him and see if he responds. Okay. So we start upstairs. We leave the tripwire in the hallway where it was with the camera. We put the REM pod in the red room, and our IR camera is still set up, and we put a recorder on one of the beds in the children's room. There's, the blue room. There's 2 beds that are in there. We say that because there's 2 twin beds in there. And then I am sitting, so I don't even know what you call it. There's like a little section that's off of the hallway by the banister, by the blue room. So I'm sitting right there in that little alcove.
Which is probably the original landing.
Yeah, I bet it was. So that's where I'm sitting on the floor, and then you and Anna are sitting in the sitting chairs off to the left, and Chris is standing right in front of the staircase, which is like right in front of the red room.
Right.
Okay, so that's where we all are. And we just kind of start talking, right? Asking questions. But Chris sees something. He's like, oh, I saw like a shadow move here. And you're going to look for the tripwires. They light up. Okay. So we're going to play this video and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay, I don't know.
What's up?
I was looking in here, and I swear I saw something come up and around this corner right here, and into the room, and then I heard a noise over there.
Well, I was looking that way. Oh,
Okay. Thank you.
Did somebody come upstairs with us?
that flash down here by me.
It started up
It
here.
started up here, yeah.
Okay. Now I have
I
my head
walked in.
turned to the right.
I've got a recorder that.
Yeah, right here.
Tripwire.
Okay. So that's that short little video, but you can see him. Oh, I saw something there, and the tripwires light up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this next clip, we decide to pull out the DR60. This is Chris's DR60. And we're going to start asking questions specifically. Now, what's interesting is I did not mention any of this to Chris and Anna.
Nope, they were cold.
They didn't know who I was wanting to connect with. We were just reaching out to the kids. That's what I told them. We're just going to reach out to the kids. So you're going to hear Anna and Chris ask different questions. Okay. And you're going to hear the responses. So we're going to play this clip of everything that we got, and it's a lot. So please listen very clearly. If you need to go back and listen to it again, and we'll discuss about what we heard on this recorder.
I've got a recorder here that can hopefully capture your voice if we try to communicate. Let's see.
I'm gonna put this down.
There's this little red light here on the recorder. I'm going to walk out of the room and speak here now. Can you try to speak to up through that recorder? Just try to speak into that red light right there.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Can you tell me how old you are? Do you like when people come visit you?
Whoa.
So the first question is Anna, and she says, "Can you say your name?" We get, "I am William."
Yeah, it's, you know, with the DR60, sometimes it is very difficult by design.
Yes.
But this one, there was a lot of really good audio on that one. It was pretty clear.
And for them, they're like, "I hear William. I hear William." And I flip out. I flip out because I know that's the name of the kid that I'm trying to contact.
Right.
They don't know. They're like, "Why is there William?" And some of this stuff we're not including, but this is just in the moment of what happened. Okay. And Anna says, "Can you see us?" Yes. "Can you tell me how old you are?" Chris's question. Yes. 11.
Yeah, and that 11
And
is...
honestly, because I did on purpose, I did not go and look at my notes about the Brooks estate. Like, I knew the basics, but I couldn't remember specifics about every person or, stuff like that. So I couldn't remember how old he was. And when they this is not on the screen because we had to cut a lot of this out in order to fit it in the podcast, but they're like, "Oh, how old was he?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't remember." And I had to go back and look later to see how old he was. And the fact that we got, yes, 11, he was 11 when he passed away. So that's crazy. And we're going to put, I've got information about him here in a second. And Chris asked, "Do you like when people come visit you?" Yes, I do. It's nice. That's so cute.
Yeah, it
And I
is.
love that so much. And then Anna, what's your favorite? This is a question Anna asks everywhere she
It's
goes.
an
by the
Anna
way.
thing.
It's her main question. She asks every spirit, and it is really
Sometimes
really cool.
it's ice cream, isn't it?
Sometimes, yeah, but
yeah.
she more the cookie thing. But what's your favorite cookie? Chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, and the cookie part's kind of fast, but... yeah.
Well, and he speaks really fast. So
Yes, he does.
That's the thing. We even had to take these and slow them down and elongate some of the words in order for you guys to hear them, because in the moment we don't catch all of them because he talks so fast, just like an excited kid would talk, right? Like, bah, 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 bah. And so coming through a DR60, it's really difficult to hear. So we did a lot of audio work on it to try to understand what he was saying.
Right.
And a lot of this we didn't know until after the fact. Just keep that in mind. Like in the moment, you may hear us like guessing as to what we hear, and it's completely different from what we show you. It's because we're not understanding it in the moment. And that happens so much in investigations after you analyze, video. It's not that we're trying to make things up. It's just what it is, because and we also influence each other. If one person says, oh, well, I hear this, then that's all the other person can hear.
Yeah.
So
that's easy to do.
It's so easy to do. And especially when things are going on, you're like, oh, and you're hearing crackling coming through a recorder. It's like, oh, your mind can sometimes create anything.
Audio pareidolia.
Yes. Okay. So that's that one right there is just amazing in itself that we got that many answers. I mean,
a lot of people would say that in an investigation is almost the investigation.
Investigation's done. Right. This is cool, but that's not all. I mean, and he was talking, actively talking to us. So there was more things that I wanted to know to clarify. So we're going to play this next clip, but you're going to hear Chris and Anna asking a couple more questions because they're closer to the recorder there, because I'm on the other end. But Chris asks, can you tell me what year you lived here?
Yep.
And this is the thing with the spirit of William, or who I thought William might be. I don't have any documentation that says this kid ever lived at this property.
Nope.
Or that he ever died at this property, or that he even knew the people that lived at this property at this time period. I've just always had a feeling somehow because of one thing that happened that we'll get to. Okay. So listen for that. And then there's a knock in there. It's very faint. And then Anna, can you tell us your last name? And mind you, Chris and Anna don't know these answers. Okay. Nope. So let's play this and then we'll talk about it.
What year you lived here? If you can remember, can you tell me what year you lived here?
I heard something. That's
I heard
weird.
something.
Okay, we're going to see if we
It's
got
like
it here.
something. Mm-hmm.
So you hear Chris, can you tell me what year you lived here? And in the moment, we heard, there's three of us that heard different things because he talks so fast. And it was like, bah, 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 bah. And we all said different things in the beginning.
Honestly, I didn't even wager a guess because he talks so fast. I'm like, I think it's this, but yeah.
But we all heard different numbers at different times. And when we slowed it down and raised the volume and, did what we had to do in order to figure it out, we get 1936.
Yep.
And what is absolutely insane about this is this would be a year that he would have been living. This was not the year that he passed away, but it's very close to the year that he passed away. And if it's the situation I'm kind of thinking happened, would make sense.
Yeah.
Or it could just be the last year that he remembers being alive as well. And you also have to take the questions that we ask literal. This is one thing that we've learned from a friend of ours is like, you got to think about when you ask questions, they're going to take it literally.
Yeah.
What was the last year you were at this house or alive? They're going to think about the whole year.
Right.
Because the year that he passed away was not a full year.
Right.
So I don't know literally how he looked at it, because he would have lived there a full year maybe, which would have been 1936, because he actually passed away in August of 1937, if this is the spirit we think we're contacting.
Right.
Okay. Can you tell us your last name? We did not hear this in the moment.
No.
Oh my God. When we got it back here and did, it was Brooks.
Yeah.
Now, yes, this is the Brooks estate.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Brooks estate, named after the person that built the home, Dave Brooks.
Right.
But this young man, William Brooks Jr., is somebody, and if you've watched the previous episode, you know exactly who I'm talking about, was almost 11 years old when he passed away, but, you know, he was very close to 11, so they just assume, you know, how kids always be like, I'm 11.
Yeah. I do the opposite.
He died in August of 1937, but I can't find a connection to the main David Brooks family.
Right.
But they're in a small farming community. If they have the same last name, and his dad's name was William Brooks Sr., I'm going to assume, now I haven't found the connection yet, I have been going through tons of research trying to connect these families together, and I have not yet found it. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up, because I feel like in some way, shape, or form, they are related in some way, and they were probably spent time at this home together.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my personal opinion.
Well, I mean, it's not unfounded. It's not like it's a huge town, and
Right.
especially in that time.
Right.
And I mean, how many Brooks do you think could have actually been there?
I know. And well, and there's another, which we're going to get to. I'm going to save for the reveal here in a second, which is not something I previously knew. I assumed, but I did not previously know.
Right. That's a big reveal. We won't say anything.
Yeah. But there's another reason why I think. Okay. So it was Brooks. So now we've got him saying his first name's William. His last name is Brooks. And he lived there in 1936. Yes, I'm 11. Okay. So we've got all the things matching the documentation that I have about this kid.
Yeah.
And so, of course, in the moment, I don't know half of this stuff. I only got the William. I was just excited to get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're going to play this next, it's not the last clip, this next clip. And then we're going to talk about it.
William, if you can hear me still, can you do something else to let us know that you're here?
Tripwire.
Thank
Wire
you.
just went crazy. Thank you. William, did your family call you Billy?
Oh, we should have had the recorder running for that.
No, I can turn it back on. I can ask again.
It's Tripwire.
Well, he just confirmed it, so maybe he can tell us.
So before we get the recorder back out, you know, Chris is like, William, are you still here? Tripwire lights up, right? And then there's been this name sometimes heard at the estate. And I was like, before we thought it was something else, but I was like, this would actually make sense because this is a nickname for William. You know, I have a nickname for my name that my family called me and still calls me. They don't call me by Nicole. So I'm like, you know, let's see if this is the same spirit. I'm like, did your family call you Billy? Tripwire lights up.
Yep.
Now you can't see it because we've got the camera up, but you can see us reacting. You can kind of see the flash, but you see us react to it. And then we decide, okay, we're going to ask this again on the actual recorder, see if we can get a response. So this next one we're going to play for you, you're going to hear Chris asking about the nickname or what the family might have called you. I want to know what color his hair was for a specific reason I'll get to. And I want to know if he actually lived in this house because we don't know this, like I was previously talking about. So let's play this and hear the responses, and then we'll go over it.
Let's do it.
Or what your family might have called you. Your birthday might have been William, but what did your family call you? Can you speak into that Lord night and tell me?
Heard it.
Billy!
Heard it.
Yeah? Billy.
Heard it. Said Billy.
Wow.
That was loud.
Wow. Billy. Wow.
Chills.
So Nicole just asked about your nickname, or what your family might have called you. Your birthday might have been William, but what did your family call you? Can you speak into that Lord night and tell me? So can you tell us what color your hair was?
in this house.
On this house. Yeah, it's fast. He talks really fast.
Which would make sense for a kid too.
Yeah, he talks really fast.
Yeah.
In this house.
Yeah, a kid would make sense for a kid to kind of like
I didn't hear anything.
say it quick.
Okay, so Chris S. Nickname or family, what your family might have called you, and and Chris was the first one to point out. It sound like you heard that first part. Yes, Billy. And Chris turned the recorder off right there because we just got Billy, and it like you could see all our reactions.
Yeah.
I freak out. I was like freaking out. You can hear all of us like, oh my God, I can't believe we actually got that. And it was so clear. Yes, Billy.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I was so excited. I could not believe it. And he had already flashed the lights. Like he lit them up. And so that was so cool. But Chris had turned the recorder off too soon because there was more.
Yes, there was.
So when we go back through to actually listen to all the questions, we get more.
What do we ever?
So what did the family call you? He says his first, his middle, and his last name.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not something that I knew. I did not know his middle name. All we had was an L.
Yep.
On his death certificate. And that could be anything. But like I was talking about before, here's the spoiler. He says, yes, Billy Leonard Brooks. On
Said
the
it right
recorder.
there.
And what's interesting about this is Leonard is a family name known in the Brooks family. So David Brooks, the person that built the house, his son's name was Leonard Brooks.
Yeah.
So
it's a family name.
I don't know for sure. I mean, besides what Billy is telling us here, that his William L. Brooks was Leonard, but I'm going to just assume because as I'm going back in the family histories of both this line and David Brooks's line, there's a lot of names that repeat. There's William repeats, Leonard repeats, Thomas repeats. There's a lot of repeating names, and that's typical.
Yeah, back in those days, like John Juniors and all these. Yeah, it was.
And you've got William Sr., William Jr., who we're talking about, this Billy.
Right.
We've got a Leonard here and a Leonard over here. So I know they've got to be related somehow. I just haven't figured it out.
Yeah, if you've ever done Ancestry and you go through
and it can get confusing.
It gets very confusing.
Yeah, if you don't pay attention to the years they're alive, it gets really confusing. So the fact that I did not know that, we didn't know his middle name, that was just, I couldn't. It was so cool to get that. Billy Leonard Brooks. I asked, what color was your hair? Now, in the moment, we couldn't hear it.
No.
It took a lot of us listening to it and slowing things down. And I also, we discussed it in the moment is a little kid in that time period going to know how to describe his hair? But those of you who don't know this about me, I have worked with children most of my life before doing this. Yep. So I know how a kid would answer this if they don't know the actual term. And what we get here is exactly how a kid would answer if they don't know how to describe it.
Right.
Kinda yellow, kinda not.
Mm-hmm.
So blonde, but not quite blonde. Right. So probably like darker. So I think he's describing like a dark blonde or like a sandy brown, sandy blonde type of hair.
Sure.
Kinda yellow, kinda not.
It's not like my hair.
Sing-songy, like kinda yellow, kinda not.
Right. It's not like it's my hair. Kinda there, kinda not.
Right. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I thought in the moment when I was standing there, I was like, I feel like I hear you. Like I said it to myself, like yellow, but I don't want to say that because I don't know for sure.
Right.
And I just kind of had it in my head, like that's what I felt like his hair color was.
Yeah. For
a specific reason, because there is a picture, which we'll put it up here, that previously the security cam of the Brooks estate caught of a spirit child on the front porch that looks like his hair could be blonde.
Kind of.
And what kind of yellow, kind of not. And you can see the grass blades through the head. So it's not wild. It's just not a kid on the front porch.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Kind of is going to be my word now.
It is.
But pay attention to this answer because this is not the first time something like this comes up.
Not.
because we don't hear this in the moment. So later in the investigation, we're still trying to find out the answer to this. Okay.
Yeah, and even the recording, it was tough. I had to clean it up quite a bit, so it sounds just a little modulated, but you can hear the I guess the vowels, not the vowels, the word I'm looking for, syllables. Thank you. Guys, it was hot this week, okay?
I think it fried our
It
brains.
did fry my brain.
The next question, did you live in this house? In this house. He actually cuts me off. In this house.
Yep. Which is interesting.
I don't think I'll ever be able to find the evidence of that, but it answered my question.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why was he here? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Okay. Now, we are going to go on to talking about Billy and William. Okay. Billy William. However you want to call him.
William.
Billiam. So I'm going to put up here on the screen. Well, maybe we should talk about this first. And we're not going to play the video because it's on the previous podcast that we did. But it's from the owner providing the security cam footage of something he caught in the middle of the night, in the middle of a rainstorm. He caught what we think is a residual conversation of a tragic moment.
And it's tragic.
When we first heard this, my chills went from toes to head.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how can this not be actually people outside talking? Like, it just doesn't.
Thought it was.
At first.
Yeah.
And then you hear this conversation, and then you hear this old radio kick on inside the house playing this song about a phantom trucker. Just crazy in the first. That doesn't have any guts to it. So it can't play. It doesn't play. It's still there inside the house.
Transistors are literally in a box.
Yes. So it's crazy. And I poured over this for days. We actually sent it to my cousin who does the music for our podcast. Thank you, Eric. We love you. And he sent it back in order for me to be, better understand it. Mm-hmm. And I finally broke it down. I didn't fully understand the whole conversation, but you hear two men talking, you hear a child, and you hear the anguish in one of the male voices, and you hear the kid crying out, help. Okay. And it's a conversation about something's happening. Someone's saying it's in his foot. It's in his foot. The other one saying, I don't think he's going to make it. You waited too long. It's too far. Right?
Yeah.
And then you hear the kid cry out. And it makes me
tough.
emotional. And I was like, when I heard that, I had to get the ball. What is this? Why is this recorded? This is like a tragic moment, is all I could think. And then when I started doing research about the family, and I was looking for the Brooks and this and that, because they were the original family, I came across this William Brooks Jr. And this poor little guy passed away from malaria.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but he's not connected to the house. And I just kept that information back for later. And then when we got this video, and I went through this, and that in his foot thing, I was like, it was driving me crazy. Like, what does that mean? That I've got to figure out what this conversation is about. And that he's not going to make it. It's too far. That stuck out to me like, somebody's dying here.
Yeah.
What could be in his foot? That makes no sense. And I went over this extensively in the past podcast, but for these new listeners that may not have heard it.
Oh, but they should have gone back.
They should have gone back. But if you haven't, I was like, could this be this kid? I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it could be him, but I did. There was just something. It didn't match in the other death certificates of the people that we knew. And I'm just like, what is this? So I think I typed in like malaria and foot, do with the foot. Well, it turns out, malaria is caused by a mosquito bite, right? They're in a marshy area. It's very, it could have happened.
Absolutely could have happened.
Absolutely could have gotten malaria from that area, especially at that time. They're farmers. And apparently in children that get malaria, If it gets bad enough, it cuts off circulation and causes gangrene in the foot.
That is true.
And if it is not treated right away, these are farmers. They're very, very far away from, especially in that time period in the 30s, to get somewhere. There's no close thing. They're in wagons. Or horses. There's no cars, right? If you don't amputate that foot, the body goes into sepsis, and they die a horrible death.
Absolutely horrible.
And when I found that, I flipped out.
Yeah.
And since that point, I was like, this kid is here. Mm-hmm. This kid somehow passed away here. Why he was here, I don't know. But I feel like if it's family, and I said this on the previous one, if your kid's actively dying, who do you go to? You go to the family members for help.
Yeah.
Or maybe they took care of him there while he was sick. I don't know. Because malaria can take a while to pass away from him. So the answer of him saying, what year did you live here? 1936. He died in August 1937, Matt. Maybe that's the last year he remembered he was alive, or the last full, I don't know. But staying there for maybe months on end, he lived there.
Yeah.
In his eyes, he lived there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is all speculation. This is all just opinion. I can't verify any of this.
No.
Any of this connection.
But again, it's one of those where
Maybe he's just connected that because it was his family's home. And after his death, he came back because that's where he felt at home. It could just be that. But I feel this is who we were speaking to. I feel like this is the person giving us the answers. And that little guy talked to us.
A lot.
And I'm so grateful. And it actually a lot of emotion because he was the one I wanted to connect with the most. So the fact that he answered all of our questions, I was so grateful for, so happy. Enough about that, but I wanted to provide that information because,
it's important information. Yeah.
And the fact that he answered us. So,
yeah.
So that's Billy and William. So we ended our investigation upstairs and we decided to move it to the living room downstairs. And this is a tiny living room, Chris and Anna are sitting on the couch against the left wall. Logan is in the chair in the corner, and I'm in the rocking chair sitting next to Logan. And then we also have a reported haunted doll that's in the space. We've moved her in a rocking chair right next to me because we can't sit her next to Logan because he doesn't like dolls. But she's sitting there. We've got the K2 in her lap in case it spikes or anything to keep an eye on. We've got the camera pointing into the living room. Now, there are some things off camera that you can't see. There's an EMF candle and there's a Chris and Anna's music box is sitting on a chair right in front of the piano, which is up against the wall right in front of the bathroom.
Right.
Okay. But we figure we'll hear the music box if it goes off. Okay. So we just start trying to make having communication with whoever is there. Okay. So this is how we kind of open this up. And we also, I think, have the tripwire on the floor.
Yeah.
And the Ovulus is there too. Now, we are going to just play this first clip and then we'll talk about it.
Can you rock the doll? Can you push it and let it move a little bit? You can push me and let me move. But I might go to sleep. Do you hear that knock?
Yep.
You can push the rocker that I'm sitting in or push the rocker that the doll is sitting in. That might be easier.
Oh, something flipped.
Yep.
You can come out here. I see you peeking around the corner.
Like from the kitchen or from the bathroom?
Bathroom?
Like high up top?
Nope.
Like child size?
Like
right in
just,
the knob?
Yeah, just higher than the knob. Oh. You see that? Did you see it?
What was it?
Was that door moving? I can't see.
No.
I don't know.
On the right side of the door frame.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the right side of the door frame.
You were looking at the door itself?
I was looking at the door itself because I felt like the door was moving.
No, I haven't seen the door move. Can you come out and talk with us? Okay, we just won't pay attention, so maybe you'll come over here.
What was that?
That was, I think,
K2?
I think. It wasn't the tripwire. It seemed like it was green.
So there's a little slight knock. It's very, very low.
Very low.
We tried to raise it in case, for you to hear it.
Mhm.
The K2 flickered on the doll or next to the doll. And then Chris starts seeing something to his right in like the doorway of the bathroom.
Right, which is
And this is not
behind the
something,
camera.
this is not something that is new to this place.
No.
They've actually got a picture of a shadow figure in front of the bathroom. So for him, he doesn't know this. So he's seeing something. He keeps seeing something. So he'll keep his eyes over there for a while. And then we got the K2 to flicker again. Okay, so this next clip is, we're talking about the doll. Can you push the doll? Can you rock the doll? And just pay attention to what happens.
I'm still trying to rock the doll. You heard the noise in the bathroom? Let's give it a little push. I saw that. A reflection of her shoe. Give it a little push. One big push.
Whoa.
Yep. I don't know how high it went, but.
See,
Yeah, I blinked pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You're doing great. Keep trying.
there you go.
Okay, so we got some K2. I mean, it's not anything extravagant,
No.
but the fact that I'm asking for them to rock the doll and then that keeps going off.
Right.
It's
K2 on
kinda
its
cool.
own isn't
No.
extravagant, but when it's being done by command, then it becomes a little bit more
Then
than
it's a
that.
little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just slight fluctuations, but it was enough to keep it in here.
Right.
Now, this next part is one of my favorite parts of the investigation.
Hilarious.
And we love you, Anna. But we had to keep it included because something actually amazing happens here.
Yeah.
Okay, so to set this up, Anna decides she has to really use the bathroom.
Right.
Okay. But
And guys, it's not
no,
not graphic or anything like that.
you
We
can't
would-
see anything.
No,
or
and
hear
Anna,
anything.
we love you much more than to do that to you, but yeah.
It's really cool, actually. So because Chris keeps seeing something in the door of the bathroom, she's like been holding herself all this time. She doesn't want to go over there, but she decides, okay, I have to now. It's like at a have to place. And so of course we're laughing about it. You're going to hear her go over there and she's going to pass by the music box. So it's going to set it off. That's not what you're listening for. Once she is in the bathroom, then pay attention. So we're going to play this clip and we'll talk about it.
I gotta go potty, but I'm afraid. Can you go with me? Can you come out so Anna can use the bathroom? She needs privacy. You don't want to see a girl go to the bathroom. Come out, please. She's gonna use the bathroom. Oh my God, my leg. You can go in the kitchen if you need to. Candle went on. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. You're good, Anna. Thank you. Just give her a few minutes, okay?
Oh.
You're okay.
They're trying to get in the door.
Freak out.
Wait your turn.
Can you knock on the door really loud?
If this door fucking opens, I swear.
Be the best paranormal night of our lives.
Maybe not for her.
She's in the right place to have an incident.
Exactly.
It was spooky.
It was definitely waiting its turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love this so much because I'm like, okay, if they're hanging out in the bathroom, she needs to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please come out, let her use the bathroom, and then you know, go hide in the kitchen or whatever you need to do in the moment, right? And what's so amazing about this is what I think happens is she goes in the bathroom, it slips out, and after she's already shut the door, you hear that music box go off. Yeah. And this is only, what, 4 or 5 feet maybe?
Yeah, not that far.
Away from the bathroom door. Yeah. And what I love is it was so fun for us. You hear Anna like, ah, like she's so scared. Because she can hear it on the other side of the door going off, you know?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, Chris was like, well, knock on the door. And I'm like, she would have lost her ever-loving mind. But it was just a fun moment. And it's so cool because they did exactly what we asked them to do.
I think I even made a comment that if something scared her, she's in the right spot. She's okay.
But it's just really cool. I think, like, you know, we asked them politely, please come out because she needs to use it. They did exactly what we asked them to do.
They sure did.
So it was just a fun moment that we wanted to include in this evidence. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next one. As Anna's coming back, she's walking on and what's interesting about this area, there's always something weird going on in this area of the living room.
Yeah, and we actually talk about it a little bit in the first episode.
Yeah. But she's walking and you can hear these like 3 thumps. It's like boom, boom, boom. And at first we all thought it was just her walking,
right,
but
it's
then,
the only thing that made sense.
We have her test it. So listen for this. And then after that happens, we're like, try to get them to do it again. So listen to what happens and we'll talk about it.
The light is solid, Logan.
Okay, then I think you're in good shape.
Yeah, you should be good.
That's how our Zoom is.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was upstairs.
Yeah.
Walk
It
back
was a
over there.
drum.
Walk back. And walk back again.
It was like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like boom, boom, boom.
Maybe it was outside.
No, that was not outside. That was up. It sounded like it was in here. It sounded like
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah, it didn't sound upstairs.
Like
It sounded
boom,
like
boom.
right here.
Well, like I'm saying, like the ceiling, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it could have been right above us.
Can you do that again? I don't know what it was. Were you rolling your ball upstairs?
Okay, so obviously she walks back and forth. We don't hear that sound again. And it does. It sounds like a drum. Doot, doot, doot.
It sounds like something fell and kind of kept going.
Yeah, and I think it's coming from upstairs. Like me and Chris heard it from upstairs. And what's also said about the upstairs is the kid likes to play ball
Yeah.
and bounce things. So the boom, boom, boom could have been that. And what's great about this is like I ask, can you make that sound again? Can you make that sound again? And I hear it. Boom, 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 boom,
On command.
right above us.
Yeah.
So cool.
Just wild.
So cool.
Yeah, guys, and I know that I know a lot of people are saying, boy, they get some. This place is just, it's that kind of thing.
But I also think it's our connection to the place.
For sure.
I think that makes a lot of sense here
It does.
to these spirits. So this next part is really interesting. Okay. So we're getting ready to start a DR60 session and Anna out of nowhere
Way out of nowhere.
asked this question, which we're not going to say. We're going to let you watch the video. And it's like, you'll see our reaction. Like, why did you ask that? Because Anna is very intuitive.
Yes, she is.
And she pulls this stuff out all the time when we're with her. She's an amazing individual. And I always pay attention when she thinks or feels something because there's usually a reason. So you'll hear her ask a question, and then we're gonna play this DR60 session. Now, this DR60 session is very interesting.
Very.
And I want to preface this with, there's nothing bad at this place.
No.
Sometimes spirits are misunderstood for certain reasons, but we're going to discuss this. But we all all of us are asking questions, but we're basically trying to figure out, like, what's your name? Can we help you? The question that Anna wanted to know is in there. Is there anything that the owners can do to make you feel more comfortable here? Is there anything we can do? Logan, you feel sick. You're like, are you making me feel this way? I personally think it was our food choice that day, but that's me.
Choices, yeah.
And then we hear a certain something. And so we're like trying to verify, is this what we're hearing? And they verify it.
Yes.
Okay.
Did.
So we're going to play this session for you.
How can we help you? Ball.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay, great. Thank you. Can you use that box over there by Anna to tell us what your name is? Or you can tell us what you need. Is it too close to me?
I was gonna say,
Should I put it somewhere else? Next to Logan, since he's feeling the cold breeze.
Yeah, it's definitely cool over here.
On the top of this book. Perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Do you need a blessing?
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I
It's
don't know.
interesting though.
I don't know if it's like what they need.
I know, that's
Genius.
not a question that you've ever
I never-
asked, I don't think.
That is interesting.
Mm.
I mean, like, ever asked.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It came out very strong too, like immediate. Is that what you need? If it is, you can touch any of the equipment to let us know that you want a blessing. You want us to pray for you or for something.
All right, let's try another session with the recorder. Billy was using it earlier. I don't know who's here now, but I'm going to set it down right here and turn it on. It's that little red light there, and that little recorder, and that little silver box. Whoever's here, can you let us know by telling us your name?
Can we help you in something?
Do you need a blessing?
Is there something Michael and Kristen can do here at the property that would make you feel better? Is there anything we can do for you?
Are you making me feel sick?
Thank you. We're going to listen back now and see if you communicated with us.
That little red light there, and that little recorder, that little silver box. Whoever's here, can you let us know by telling us your name? Can we help you with something? Is there something Michael and Kristen can do here at the property that would make you feel better? Is there anything we can do for you? Are you making me feel sick? Is there anything we can do for you? Alright, I'm gonna put the box over here to my right now. We're gonna try this one more time. I'm hoping you can try to see as clear as you possibly can into that recorder. Into that red light. Hey, be quiet, but let me know if you like to talk. Give us a message. Yeah, tell us whatever you want to tell us. And we'll just be quiet for a couple minutes.
Jesus.
Whoa.
All right. If you can tell us your name and be very clear on that recorder and tell us why we need to leave. Why do you want us to leave? Did we talk to somebody earlier that we weren't supposed to talk to? Did you hear all the noise upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't.
I didn't want to say anything because
I didn't either.
Because the recorder's
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. With this, we get a name.
Yes, we
and
do.
It is very rare to get a name. The fact that we got William's name upstairs already, and then we get this name. And I'm going to say this. I never thought this individual was here. We always thought, because there's this understanding in this place that there's a male spirit that's kind of cranky and grumpy and, doesn't like people in the house and stuff. And there's always talk about this. We always assumed it was a different individual.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we were expecting to get. And when we got this name, I was like, whoa. And we did not hear this, obviously, in the moment.
Had we had heard it, this
would've went
investigation would have been totally
completely different
yeah.
direction. We didn't find this out till we got home. So we're going to go over the questions in case if you're on audio and didn't hear the responses, so you know what's said. Okay.
Right.
And then we'll talk about who this person is. Okay. So Chris says, tell us your name. I'm David Brooks.
That's the name.
Yes. And the full name.
Yeah.
Not just first name. Anna, can we help you with something? Bless me. And remember what she said.
Just crazy.
Do you need a blessing? See? Little intuitive thing. She's so intuitive. Logan, do you need a blessing? Yes, please. Then I want to know, is there something that Michael and Kristen can do here at the property that would make you feel better? Because I've always felt like, you want to do your best to try to make them happy. And that's how they feel. They want to make sure that the spirits of their house are in a good place and feel happy. Give back my peace and quiet. And you can hear quiet.
Golly.
Give back my peace and quiet.
That made my skin crawl when I heard that.
Mm-hmm. And then, is there anything we can do for you? Yes, blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this. I feel like we're speaking to two different ones.
Yeah,
it
gave you that feeling.
I feel like the blessing part is coming from one, and this other stuff's coming from David.
Correct.
So yes, I'm David Brooks, but the blessing, all that stuff is coming from a different spirit. We assume because of the way things go here in a second. And then, Logan, are you making me feel sick? Quiet. It's not me.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
He knows that Logan likes to get dramatic.
Yeah.
Then we get out.
Boy, do we ever get out.
Get out. And Chris, tell us your name and why do we need to leave? Get out. Because we heard the get out. And so we're like, okay, who are you and why do we need to leave? Get out. And then Chris is thinking, okay, we talked to William upstairs. Is somebody mad that we talked to William? Because there's a history in this house of some suppression in the past that we have found with spirits and not allowing them to talk. Mm-hmm. So he's going off of that. Like, did we talk to someone earlier we weren't supposed to talk to? Everyone get out of my house now. My house now.
Yeah.
Like, and he stresses my house.
Yeah.
Now. Like, everybody get out of my house now. My house now. So David Brooks, as I've mentioned before, this is the reason this place is called the Brooks Estate.
Mm-hmm.
He is the one that bought it and built it and lived in it until he passed away in it. Okay. And he passed it down to his son, who is Leonard Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something about David, he was a well-established member of the community. He was a farmer. And I believe he was about 74 years of age. And he died in the home of a brain hemorrhage. So he went instantly.
Yeah.
Like I think on his death certificate, which we're going to put up here, it was like within 10 to 11 minutes that but he was probably not conscious that entire time. He probably just boom. So if you build a home and you live in it all those years and then you pass away in it, this is his home.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't matter whether he passed away, but this is his house. This is where he wants to be. And he's got people coming in and out of it, asking all sorts of questions. So give me back my peace and quiet does kind of make sense. Like he just wants to be left alone. This 100%. Is his house. Not at any point did any of us get hurt. He didn't try to scare us. He's just, hey, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Leave.
Which I get. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the one thing I kind of want to touch upon, and this is a pretty personal thing. Those who know me know that I survived a brain bleed. And when you say those 10, 11 minutes, whatever it is, if there's any consolation to anybody, and I certainly hope it was this way for David, it was literally there 1 second, gone the next. It's so fast that there is no idea of anything. Again, I have the incredible extreme luxury of having come back from it. David did not. And you can only imagine that kind of separation from your life and that instantaneous, if you're under the belief structure like we are, that there is something afterwards and you're still conscious and some part of you is still there, you are going to be pissed because there's a lot of answers, you were literally seconds ago living your life. And now all of a sudden you're not. Now, granted, that happens a lot and other things, that are violent and things like that I won't get into. But in this particular instance, I can empathize because I've been through what he went through. Again, I was just lucky to come out the other side. So when people say that there's some evil in it, no, it's just freaking pissed, try to put yourself in his position. If you had kind of what Nicole was talking about, you just built this house, it's for your family, you're an upstanding member of the community, and you are living a life that is worth living, and it is taking you so abruptly, I got to think you are going to have a very angry person on the other end of that.
Well, and it's just that he was in peace probably for a while until now all these investigators are coming out. Who are you? Right? And he just wants to whatever they do on the other side. That's what he wants to do.
I keep thinking of that Clint Eastwood "get off my lawn" kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it is.
Now we've got one more clip here because Chris wants to know why because we can hear he's angry. Like, oh yeah, get out of my house. So we're gonna play that real quick for you here.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. So.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
It's a shotgun.
Wow. Yeah, it's a shotgun.
Shotgun. That was loud.
I felt like it went through me.
Yeah, they're loud.
Jeez.
That was close. And
Yeah.
the wall goes off.
Okay. So let's try this one more time. Why are you so angry?
So let's try this one more time. Why are you so angry?
Okay, so Chris wants to know, why are you so angry?
Yeah.
He's not answering our questions anymore. He's just telling us to get out.
It's a one-way conversation now.
Which thankfully, even though we didn't we heard the get out, but after this was over, we did get out.
Yeah, we did.
Respected the get out. Yeah. Now, we did come back the next day, but we were staying in a hotel.
There were no qualifiers on the get out.
But we did leave, left him in peace for the night, and decided to return the next day. Okay. Now, Logan and I let Chris and Anna investigate for a little while at the house by themselves because we really wanted to go to the cemetery where a lot of the people that at least we have documents for that passed away, their graves are. Okay. And I really, really wanted to find the Brooks family, and I wanted to find Billy. We'll call him just Billy to keep the differences. I wanted to find his grave. Now, we went there. We did find Ernest Cranford, who was the interior decorator that had a very long illness in the home, and he passed away. We found his grave, and we also found Dave Brooks' daughter, Bertha Prince. We found her grave as well. We did a couple EVP sessions by their graves. Didn't get anything. It was really windy.
Yeah.
Didn't pick anything up. We looked and looked and looked. I tried to look for Dave Brooks. I looked for JD Brooks. I looked for Billy Brooks. Could not find the headstones. We tried using the dowsing rods to get us point, but like I said, it was so windy.
Yeah,
It didn't do us any good. And I just felt defeated. Like, I'm like, where are they? Right. And their graves are so old. I'm like, we've got to get answers to these questions. Okay. So we come back to the house and we decide we're going to do a quick session before we have to leave to go somewhere else. Okay. Now, to kind of set this up, we put the video camera upstairs.
Yes.
And it is pointing at the tracer wire that's on the hallway floor. And then I think there's also a REM pod in the blue room.
Yes.
And all four of us are downstairs in the living room. So you can hear us. Like I said, this house is small, so you can hear us. But we're hoping to pick up activity on this upstairs, because a lot of the time, if you're downstairs investigating in this place, stuff happens upstairs and vice versa. So we're trying to cover both floors here. Now you can't see us. You can kind of see me, like if you're looking down the staircase. I'm in the rocking chair there. But we decide we're going to do our spirit box session, which we call our portal. So if we say our portal, that's what we refer to it as. Okay. Wow. We got some really cool stuff actually. And, we want to talk about going to the cemetery and see if we can get any responses, because up to this point, we're still under the assumption we think Ernest Cranford's there. Right. We've always assumed Ernest Cranford, but now we think it's David. But we want to talk about this. Okay. So this first clip we're going to show you, we're asking about Ernest and about going to the grave. Pay attention to the tracer, and what happens. Pay attention to what comes through the box, and we will talk about that here in a second.
Are you happy that Nicole and Logan found your grave?
That was some creepy laughter.
That was some creepy laughing.
definitely here.
Yeah. Who's laughing? Tell us the joke, because we didn't get it. I heard something like, oh my god.
Ernest, are you here?
I'm gonna let her go. No voice.
Laughing is weird.
Who's laughing?
What's so funny?
Are you just having a good time?
Or are you laughing at us?
Exactly. It sounds like kid laughing though. Do you like the toys upstairs? Are you playing with the lights?
So real quick, let's talk about the portal, and it'll be fast. It doesn't have to be kind of a nerdy thing, because I can get into nerdy stuff. Think about it as like an SP7 or a spirit box. We have a separate device that we got from Katie Stafford that does that part of it, the spirit box part of it. What this is, it is a really cool connection on a honeytone kind of amplifier for guitars. And you plug in a couple of different effects pedals to try to get away from some of the
static.
Right, it cuts that down. But it's still sweeping. And that's the most important thing I need you to understand here. It is sweeping so fast that there shouldn't have been any words coming through. That's kind of the intent by it, so that you're going to hear voices. Now, there are a lot of people that think that you're getting the voices from the transmissions and all this sort of things. I personally don't believe that. I think it's the white noise, and it's that noise that they're able to manipulate. So what you do is you do hear some voices in there. So the reason I wanted to say that is there are a lot of people that may not know it, especially if you're not in paranormal quite the level that we're at, may not understand why it's got the sound that it has and how it's so clear. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's like the smoking gun. Yes, but with a grain of salt.
Right. And the primary thing is you're going to hear voices come through, but if it's not relevant to anything you're saying or questions you're asking, it's probably not anything, right? So that's what you have to, if you ask a question and then you get like immediate answer that relates to your question, then you probably got something.
Yeah.
So always pay attention to that. Okay. So we're going to go over kind of what we, obviously we're asking about Ernest and, is he happy that we found his grave? We get this child laughter. Whew. It was chilling actually. And the tracer lights up red. Now, what that means is warm air has passed over the sensor, okay, when it does that. Now, could that just be, air passing over it?
Sure.
Absolutely. So that in itself does not prove anything. But what is interesting about this is when this does go off, we're usually getting answers about certain things.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool.
Right.
So pay attention to that. And then we got the laughter again and laughter again. And then we get a strong male voice. I enjoy the laughter. That's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
A kid laughing. And what do we know at this point? We know Billy's there.
Right.
We think David's there, or assume David's there.
There's a good chance of it.
What are the first two voices that come through? A kid laughing and a strong male voice. Laugh, laugh, laugh. I enjoy the laughter.
And you got to think if what our potential research is, they're related.
They're related.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then, Anna, are you playing with the lights? And then the red light, the warm air on the tracer lights up.
Yep.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's like, are you playing with the lights? And then boom, light comes up. So that's the association that you always want. If it just randomly happens, then it's probably whatever. But that right there is what you want. And that was really cool to catch. And that's why we divide and conquer with the camera and don't always have it on us.
Right.
So we're going to set this next clip up and we're going to talk about it. But we're talking about being in the cemetery, basically, did you see us? And then we start getting into William and where he's located because we could not find him. And I was just torn up about that. So we're going to play this and we'll talk about the answers.
We just saw you too. Did you see us there?
We were trying to find William's grave.
Do you know where it is?
Say around the corner.
Yeah.
It is around the corner. Kind of.
Is your grave next to the road or far away from the road?
You go to the back, something.
Okay, so Logan says, did you see us? Of course, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we were talking to Ernest.
Yeah, and that's the part that kind of sucks is
And
I
if-
wish we'd have known.
We assumed he was the one that was there. But
Yeah.
if this is David talking, of course I saw you, but it doesn't matter because
Yeah,
you weren't there looking for me.
Right. You didn't see my grave.
That's what I assume the answer is. We don't know. Of course, we're just, guessing, but it doesn't matter. Or it doesn't matter because I'm dead. It doesn't matter.
It
Whether
works
you were
both
there at my
ways.
grave, my spirit's not there. I mean,
Right.
it could be either or. So now I tap into William. I'm like, we tried to find you, William. Do you know where is your grave? And I cannot believe we got this. Now I'm going to put this up on the screen. We get around the corner. So I have arranged this little map of East Prairie and I've drawn out where the Brooks estate is and where the cemetery is from it's very, very close.
Extremely close.
And if you follow the red line that I have drawn for you, it is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a couple streets over from it.
It's not far at all.
Do you know where it is? Around the corner.
Yeah.
Could not believe that.
Yeah, we'll just assume that it's David, but he knows exactly.
William,
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now I said, because this cemetery is very large and where a lot of the old graves are, they're kind of right up front.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we spent most of our time, is looking through these old graves. And there's all these little like cemetery roads, like not the real roads, but cemetery roads, like it's just a dirt path to drive down to park, like any cemetery would be, to find these graves. And we went all over that except for where we get the answer. Okay, because we had looked back there and there was only like brand new graves. But this is the answer we get. So I ask, is your grave next to the road or far away from the road? And I'm saying the main road, like the main road. Like, is it close? Because I'm assuming it's close because that's where all the old graves were. The fact that we got this whole description in itself is unbelievable. Once, and it sounds like a little kid, once in the back, you come to the, what we think says pothole.
It's
what
arguable,
it sounds
but
like. Once in the back, you come to the pothole. I'm to the left of it. And then the tracer lights up.
Yep.
Again, red.
Yep.
And if you look at the picture of the cemetery at the very, very back, we went and looked again. There are graves way back by the trees back there, but we didn't know that. We just assumed like...
And we assumed everything back that way would have been new anyway.
Brand new because, they usually not build, but you know what I mean? Like put them in gradually. And
it's a loose way of building, sure.
But could all the Brooks be back there? Now, Bertha's right at the front, like in the front, but she was married to the princes and she's next to the princes.
Exactly.
So... Now, I did find one other Brooks on the other side, but it wasn't related to these Brooks, or at least that I knew of. Right. But where are they all at? Because they're in that cemetery. We have the name of the cemetery. Mm-hmm. Where are they? So I've got a mission the next time we go back to go find him. But the fact that we got that description is just insane to me. Okay. Now, I will say this. We did not set an intention to specifically only talk to the spirits of this house. Mm-hmm. And because the Brooks estate is the way it is, and because this portal is the way it is, if a spirit learns that you're hearing their voices, they're all going to start flooding in because now they can talk, right? Yep. And so I think a lot of these responses we start getting here in the future are not necessarily spirits of this house or this property. I think they're just ones coming in, saying what they want to say, whatever it is, because a lot of them don't always relate to what we're asking.
Yeah, think about it. Now, we're Generation X, and those people that are Generation X will know this. Think of it as like a party line. Yeah. Back in the old days, you would have a phone, and there was all these different party lines where people could jump on the same call. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's easy. Everybody does it. But back in those days, that was a big deal. So, yeah, it's just like a huge party line for them.
And another thing is, even if they are the spirits of the home, you may have one say this thing, the next one could be a completely different spirit. So it's not going to be like you're just on the phone with one of them. Mm-hmm. You're going to have them all jumping in, saying different stuff. So you can't really stay on track necessarily with these after this point. Because I think at this point that we're at, they've learned
yes, they have.
what we're doing. Okay. So some of the voices match though, and you can kind of tell like when William's talking, you can hear his voice. We're going to hear a woman here in a second. Yes, and her voice matches both things. Okay. So we're going to play this next clip and we'll talk about it. Okay, so we get, please get out of my home. You need to stop it now. But it's very polite. Sounds like female. Mm-hmm. Please get out of my home. You need to stop it now. I'm not angry. And we're not sure what this next part says. It's kind of sounds like please do not go. I'm not sure about that. But very polite. Just doesn't want us there, but just leave.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's because all these spirits are coming in.
Sure.
Because we're talking. Now we're going to kind of transition. We start talking about the kid because we kind of want some answers about the picture or the security cam photo of the front porch with the kid on the front porch. Because still at this point, we don't know that Billy has answered us about kind of yellow, kind of not, because we didn't hear it. So we don't know. So we're still trying to get answers about this. Okay. So we're going to play this next clip and then we'll talk about it.
How old is the kid? Do you know him? Could you tell us what color the kid's hair was? Do you know him? Is he from this house?
Did you ever see a picture of Junior? We're leaving for a few minutes?
Yeah. We're leaving for a few minutes. Is there something else you want to tell us?
Okay, so this first response to Anna asking this question. After working all my life, I'm a lot like you. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
I think because we were keying in on a child. So the only thing that I mean, granted, it's my thought process, so I don't know how accurate I am, but I keep thinking about the fact that it's potentially them saying, stop calling me a child. You know, I've worked all this time. I'm not like you are, you know, quit saying I'm a child.
It could be a completely different spirit because it didn't sound like a kid. So
yeah, could be.
And these answers, I don't know. Some of them might be from him. Some of them are definitely not from him. I don't know who they're coming. Like I said, it could be from anybody. So what color was the kid's hair? They were talking about the kid on the front porch, not necessarily Billy. We're just talking about and what do we get? I cannot believe. And we actually found this first before we found the kind of yellow.
Yep.
Kind of brown, kind of not.
Yeah.
So even more so, kind of yellow, kind of not, kind of brown, kind of not, which means it's in between blonde and brown.
Yeah.
So like a light or a dark blonde, light brown, sandy blonde kind of color.
Right.
Which is what color the kid on the front porch hair from what the picture looks like.
Yeah.
Kind of brown, kind of not. And it's the kind of. That's what catches me is the kind of. Kind of brown, kind of not. Kind of yellow, kind of not.
How many kids do you know talk like that?
All kids talk like that. And that's what's amazing about it. But the fact that we got that on 2 different days and different devices, one just a DR60 recorder and this a spirit box.
I know.
It's amazing is what it is.
It really is.
Now this next question. So the first time we went there, they used to call the little boy spirit upstairs. They called him Vaughn because Kristen, the owner, named the spirit just to have something to call him.
Sure. I mean, yeah, makes sense.
So they called him Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting about this reply about who the boy is, it's either Vaughn or it isn't. That's the only boy. So it's like whoever this is doesn't know the name of the spirit, but it's either this or it's not. It's either this boy or it's not. That's the only one that's here.
Because that's what it's heard this whole
the
time.
whole time. But it doesn't actually know.
Right.
I couldn't believe that. It's either Vaughn or it isn't.
Yeah, and you always want to be careful because, Kristen had to have something to call it. So, she created Vaughn. But sometimes that can come with a little bit of a challenge in its own. You can create things sometimes just by doing so. And obviously Kristen didn't know that or didn't think about that. But I have seen that. And we've seen it in the past that people will basically manifest an entity.
Yes, but it was already there. And that's what's interesting about this is that spirit was already there, but they're answering.
Exactly.
So it's this because that's what he's being
That's what everybody calls him. So, yeah.
Now, we feel like these next, or they're talking to each other because we're talking about this picture. Like, is there a picture of Billy? Do we actually, and I'm telling, the rest, Chris and Anna, no, we don't have a picture of Billy. This question or this answer is your body is not here. They're asking about it. So is this them saying like your physical body, the picture of your physical body, they don't have a picture of it. They're asking about it. Like, where's the photo of your physical body? That's the way I'm taking this answer as your body's not here. They're asking about it.
Yeah.
Or what, the grave too. We're also talking about where his grave is. That's where his body would be, his physical body. Your body's not here. They're asking about it.
Right.
Like someone's telling him.
Kind of like a dual meaning. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. And the tracer's lighting up when we're asking these questions again. And this gets to be towards the end of the session. We're telling them, we're going to be leaving soon. Is there anything that you want to tell us? I'll be here all night.
Yeah.
Like, you can come back, talk to me later. And what we're going to talk about here is we are getting ready to go to another house. We're not going to speak about what that house is or why, but they know where we're going.
They do.
Are you heading to the house? Are you sleeping here?
Yeah.
Because we tell them we're leaving. They want to know if we're coming back, where we're going. Are you heading to the house? Are you sleeping here?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we didn't sleep there. I'm not saying we didn't. We wouldn't. I'm just saying we didn't. So
yeah, but they're asking. Like, they want to know if we're coming back. And this next one, I got really emotional when I heard it because we always try to approach these investigations with empathy.
Yes.
And integrity when we do them, and we think the most about the spirits and try not to upset them, try to do things respectfully. Just like if they were alive, you'd walk into a room, you're going to be respectful. Well, most people would be respectful to people. You're not going to go in and irritate them and upset them and make things worse for them. You're there to try to find out how you can help them and what you can do for them, right? So when we got this response, now obviously we didn't hear it in the moment, or I probably would have cried all over the floor right there.
Sure.
But I got super emotional once we figured out what they were saying. Ugh. Thank God you're here. You always listen.
Yeah.
Ugh. It touched me.
Yeah.
It touched me because they're aware of why we're there. We're not just coming for entertainment. Like, we're there to actually help them. Yeah. And what we can do for them.
That's kind of the thing, and I won't get too much on a soapbox, but if you're just in it for the clicks, you're in it for the jump scares and everything, look, do what you do. I don't care. It's fine. But there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. And if you go to some of these, reported locations and you kind of just do that, then it just becomes kind of a dog and pony show. It's my personal belief, guys. Everybody calm down. But I think the people that do take the time and try to get to know them and try to investigate with empathy, I think that's the kind of response you get.
Exactly. And that's what I'm assuming why we were getting the get outs from David. Because he's assuming we're there to do the same thing that probably multiple others have done. And we are not like that.
No.
Because I will say this second day, we didn't get one get out.
No, we did not.
So that there's something to be said there. But to get, thank God you're here, you always listen. It really touched me. I mean, when you get that from someone that's not physically living, I mean, it gives you it gives me the feels anyway.
It's
it gives
a good
me
feels,
the feels.
yeah.
So we're going to go on to this next we've got a lot of these actually. They were talking to us.
Yes, they were.
And I know everyone. I know this seems like too much evidence. Like there's no way somebody could get this much. We said the same thing. Like, how is this possible that we're getting all this talking?
Literally yesterday while we were editing this
I'm like,
episode,
nobody's going to believe that we got all this stuff. But I'm telling you, they were so chatty with us. And they knew we were like that. You always listen. So they're like, okay, I've got stuff to say. And obviously there was more than this, but we could not figure out what they were saying. And there's no point in presenting it as anything if you can't figure out what they're even saying. So, well, this is edited down stuff. I'm just going to tell you. Okay. So this next one, the last time we were there, Logan got touched in the corner.
We're at this part, aren't we?
Yes, we're at this part.
Geez.
He's very uncomfortable about this part.
I don't know about uncomfortable. Well,
you were uncomfortable when we found out the evidence. You had to get up and walk away from
that was kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay. So we want to know, like, who was touching him, right? So we're going to go through some of these, and there is something we think we hear a disembodied voice in this, so listen for it. And that's basically kind of what we're talking about is who's touching Logan.
When I was here last year, you guys touched me over here. Somebody did.
Could you tell us where you touched him? No.
You can go.
No. Was it you? Who touched him last time he was here? Was it trying to play a game with him?
Who touched Logan the last time? Your name comes out clear as day. Logan, after last year, I've been waiting for you. And that's the last time we were there was last year.
Yes.
Logan, after last year, I've been waiting for you.
And may I add, this is my wife laughing about somebody groping me.
I think it's amazing. I think it is absolutely, because tell them where you got grabbed.
I got grabbed in the ass, or the butt, I should say. All of it. I mean, just right in there. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Now, we also hear this, like a voice, like woman's voice. And Chris at the time thinks it's Anna, because it does kind of sound like Anna. It
does sound like Anna.
And she's like, no, I didn't say anything. And then you're like, Nicole, did you say? I said, no, I didn't say anything. So you can hear that, like this, it's very low. Okay.
Yeah.
And so then we keep asking, like, who touched Logan? We discovered that this is the one that really freaked him out. Okay. It says, didn't you get excited? It was all for you.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I want to implore on other people here. It's one thing to talk about entities and do what we do in research, but when it gets like to where they're groping you in the buttocks and saying that it was all for you, it's a little weird.
But I think it just shows like attraction never dies.
No.
That's what
and
I'll
honestly,
say.
We kind of tongue in cheek. Listen, when I went there and did this, I offered myself to do that anyway. So I knew
you offered yourself up. So
I shouldn't have said that, but I knew that I was going to be a possibility of being touched. I didn't quite expect to be touched there. And the investigator I was with at the time, I said, "Hey, listen, I don't want to be weird," because it was another gentleman. But do you want to kind of like put your hand close to that area? And he's like, oh yeah, dude, it's freaking ice cold back there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of asked for it. But yeah, it was interesting to hear it was all for you. That was interesting.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about like you're trying to play a game with him, like play, tag or something like that, I think is what Anna asked. And they say, I didn't ask Logan. Like, I didn't ask permission, but they say your name again.
They do.
So they're clearly talking to you. Now, whoever wants to say, oh, that's just a radio, how do they know his name? Right?
Yeah.
So, Logan, after last year, I've been waiting for you. Didn't you get excited? It was all for you. I didn't ask Logan.
I think the part that got
I love
me,
this so much.
the part that got me a little bit is didn't you get excited? It was all for you. Sounded male.
Well,
No, the reason I say that, it was like, I don't know. It was like, I felt like I was in a show, like I was on display, and anyway, long story short, it was weird.
this is what happens when you offer yourself up.
I ain't doing that again. Not in that way, anyway.
Okay, so that was like a fun little moment. Obviously, we didn't hear any of that
Not
in the
at
moment,
all.
because if we had, I think this one would have been out.
I don't know about out, but I would have. The conversation would have probably veered.
You would have heard a lot of laughter coming from Chris, Anna, and I, though.
They're probably laughing right now.
Oh, guaranteed they're laughing right now. Okay, so we're gonna move on to this next. Now, what's interesting about this is I'm sitting in the rocking chair that I've been sitting in every time we do a session in the living room.
It's kind of your rocking chair.
I like it. I like rocking chairs
Yeah.
because I don't have to sit still. I can move.
True.
But I start feeling, it starts at my throat, like almost like a mild choking sensation. Not a choke. I shouldn't say a choke because that's not what it was. But it's pressure. And like pressure kind of on my chest, almost to the point like my breathing was getting labored. And being empathic, these types of things are starting to happen to me. I'm starting to feel things when we go into locations. So I'm trying to tune into that. I'm trying to pay attention to that. I still don't know how to interpret some of these things. I'm still learning. But I felt like there was something trying to tell me something or connect with me in some way, shape, or form. And so obviously the rest of you are asking questions is what's happening here regarding this situation. Okay, so we're going to play this clip and then we're going to talk about it.
Is somebody trying to touch Nicole?
Yeah, who's affecting her right now?
What were you trying to make me feel?
But like Anna said, you guys can talk to us all you want. We hear you. We hear you.
Are you trying to affect Nicole? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah.
So that's one reply. Okay. Who's affecting Nicole? We know how to affect people. That's the other thing. If it's radio sweeping, right? Who's affecting Nicole? We know how to affect people.
Yeah.
You shouldn't come back here with a giggle.
Nope. It's not like there was a Pfizer ad playing in the background.
There's a giggle.
There's a giggle.
Like, hee hee hee, look what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then my question is, like, immediately he goes on the defense, like, get away from her. But I'm like, I take it a different way. Like, what are you trying to make me feel? Because are they trying to make me feel like how they felt before they passed away? What is this, right? This answer, I don't know how to take this. Absolutely were, but you couldn't accept it. Like, I'm not fully embracing what I should be embracing as of yet, but I just don't know how to do that. I'm trying to learn and trying to open myself up more, but maybe I was a little guarded because of where we were. I don't know the situation, obviously, but absolutely were, but you couldn't accept it.
Yep.
And I don't know how to sit with that answer, so we're just gonna keep going over this.
This
okay?
is you sitting with it.
Yeah, I'm sitting with it. Okay. Now they say, I think it was Chris, step away from Nicole and use this box to talk to us. Don't affect her. I don't like this answer. I can do what I want. And then the tracer lights up red upstairs. Like, you can't tell me what to do. I can do what I want.
That's right. It's Missouri. You tell me what to do.
So, I don't know. I don't like that answer necessarily. It seems kind of haughty, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, it does eventually, that feeling goes away from me. It doesn't last very long, thankfully. So they did listen. But somebody was definitely messing with me in that instance. Okay. So we're going to play this next session and we're basically talking about speaking through the box. Who are we speaking with? And we're trying to get an idea of the spirits in the space that we're communicating with, right? So we're going to play this and we'll talk about it.
But we're going to be here all night, so there's going to be a lot of possibilities for you to talk to us different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep trying. How many of you? Can you give me a number? How many spirits are here? I count them up. Thank you for counting.
How many children's spirits are here? We're telling them to speak through the box.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to understand you. We're trying to hear you. Just talk through there. How? There's a lot of us. And then we get this, which I'm not going to butcher this, but it's on the screen. And part of it is regardez-vous, and it's French.
Regardez-vous.
Okay? And this, we need to give all props to our friends, Yasmin and Robin, who we went to Ireland with. They live in Canada, and they speak French. And when we first heard this, I was like, that sounds like, Logan's like, that's another language. And I said, it almost sounds French to me. We sent them the clip so they could, I was like, does this sound like anything in French? And they came back like immediately,
right away,
oh yeah, this means like, are you watching, looking like, and like through the box, like they trying to understand, like they're asking about, oh, basically, do you want us to do this through this box?
Right.
Like what box? Like, what are you talking about? That's an interesting reply, and in French.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying that's obviously not any spirit at the Brooks estate. That's something coming in from who knows where. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many spirits are here? I count 15. I count them up. So obviously there's not 15 people at the Brooks estate. That's just spirits coming in and out. Okay. How many child spirits are here? Just one.
Just one.
Billy.
Which is what we knew.
What I thought.
Yeah.
Just one. And that's, I think, it's Billy. Or Vaughn, or whoever wants to label him what he labels. But I'm going to call him Billy.
Yeah.
So we got one last little thing in this session here. And it's a funny one. It's just fun to include it because it shows that spirits enjoy when you're happy.
Yeah. They're just
Not
like
everything
us.
has to be so serious and so dramatic. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just be yourselves and have fun in the moment. Not a mockery, just having fun in the moment with the people that you care about that are there with you. They love that and they will respond.
Yes, they will.
So we get are you feeling cold? Okay, in the beginning, then listen to the rest of it.
You know what I'm talking about. Tired. He's tired, yeah. You can see it.
That was interesting. I yawned and he said tired.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Okay, though. Is it okay if I take a nap here?
Did you bring him a blanket?
I think it's safe to say that if a blanket somehow started manifesting its way towards him, we'd all be gone.
Yeah, I would already passed that one.
Yeah, that one that's up the couch.
Yeah, it starts
levitating.
sliding along the floor and stuff. I'll be the
Have you
first
heard
one. I'll be the first one on.
That
Be
door
like,
works.
Whoa!
That door works.
That door
Laughing.
laughing.
Yeah, we're laughing. We're having a good time.
Okay, so we're talking about, I think it was either Chris or Logan that yawned. I can't remember which, because obviously we can't see it because we're not on
Right.
video, but one of you guys yawned. And then we get through the box, tired. So obviously they see what they're doing. And then you're talking about, I'm assuming it's you yawning because you're the one talking about taking a nap. And we're like, oh yeah, can you bring the blanket over and all this stuff. And we're laughing about the fact, like if it manifests and goes across the floor and like, oh, that's going to freak me out and all that. And we're all laughing about that. And then we hear on the box, laughing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So they're talking, they're there watching us,
That's right.
listening to us in the moment. Like, yeah, you guys are, so you're tired and now you're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I just love that so much.
Yeah, it was interesting because we did laugh about the fact that if it manifests a blanket and
that floats across the room, like we're all going to be out of there. So that was that session in the living room. Now after this, we decide to go to where we're going, and we're going to leave the camera running upstairs on the tracer wire and the REM pod. And we're going to do the same thing, as we did the night before.
Except for the paranormal quest thing.
Yeah. Except for that. One shout out's enough. So we're going to play this clip of leaving. You're going to hear us, downstairs and leaving the door and coming back and everything. And then we'll go over it. This first thing you hear shifting and moving and thumping and knocking. Now the tracer wire does light up. Could that have just been random air floating over it? But yeah, possibly. It's this weird movement in the house that you hear that's loud. It's like, what? And that's from inside. And there are some sounds that come from outside. We tried not to include those in here. But you hear these pops and these cracks. Now, it is an older home, and that will happen from time to time. So we can't say that all those are paranormal. But the big, heavy movement that you hear, there is no explanation for that. And that's coming from downstairs. Something big is being moved. What it is, I don't know, because nothing was out of place when we got back. I have no clue. No clue.
Yeah.
But, we come back, we eat some dinner, and we're at the table, and the owners come over, Michael and Kristen come over, and we all are just chatting and talking around the table. We're all laughing and, just talking about random stuff. Also talking about, the spirits, because there's a history with Michael in this house. Like, he doesn't like being in the house. He always stays in the kitchen when he's in there. And we're trying to, calm his fears. Like, there's nothing bad here. And maybe there's just a misunderstanding. And we're trying to get to the bottom of this. Okay. So we're talking about all this in the kitchen. Okay. So we decide the first place after they leave, we're going to go back upstairs to start the next investigation. Okay. We sit in the red room on the other side of the bed, and Chris and Anna are in the upstairs hallway sitting in those chairs. Now the camera is pointed on us in the red room, so you're going to hear their voices from behind you and stuff that they have. There's a tripwire in the bed, and we've got the flux and the candle. Nothing really happens with any of those, so you don't have to watch for that. But Chris and Anna have their candle in the hallway, and I've turned on my seer application. Now I know how some people feel about these applications, and I thought this one was bogus in the beginning, but we have had some really good evidence come from this thing. So I just wanted to try it. I wanted to see if we got anything. Okay. So the basis of this is we want to start and try to connect to the woman that is known to be in this house, because they smell her perfume in that room. And, I had an idea of who it could be, but we don't know this for sure. We never really get much from her. Okay. We've never gotten a name. We've never gotten much from her. So that is our focus. So we're going to play this clip of our little investigation, and then we're going to talk about what we got.
And I think the person we want to reach out to first is Bertha. Bertha, we went to the cemetery today, and we went and visited you. And we felt like the last time we were here, we didn't really get a good chance to talk to you. So Bertha, if you're here, we'd really love to talk to you. So if you could let us know that you're here, please touch any of these devices or come close to them.
Candle just went off.
Okay. That's good. Thank you, Bertha. Bertha, I know that while you were here, it was a very tragic time in your life, and I Gosh, Nicole and I are very, very sorry about that. I know you just lost, your husband and moved in here, and I know that you got sick very shortly thereafter. But are you happy with the way the house is now? Are you happy that it's kind of being renovated, it's being used again? And I know this was kind of a tough time in your life, but it is definitely a part of your life. Is there somebody else in this room other than Bertha?
There's someone in this room and you can't use any of these devices we have laid out. Can you try and make a noise or knock on the wall? David, are you here with us? I think yesterday you tried to let Anna know that you were here. Was that you?
That's interesting. That was right over there by the window.
Yeah.
David, is that you by the window?
Sounded like it was on the stairs.
Really? Because we heard it here on the window.
It was definitely in the window.
If you're on the stairs, you can come up here. We'd love to visit with you.
Cigarette. I wonder if that IR picks it up in the window.
David, did you smoke? Did you smoke cigarettes? David had them that early.
Do you want one? Do you want a cigarette?
Ernest, are you here? Ernest, I know that you're probably not too happy with the changes that happened in the house.
It's a man, right?
Yeah.
An old sick man in a bed.
Yeah.
Well, there's two men I can think of that this could be. If you could answer one of our questions, we could identify who you are. Is this Ernest? Were you sick in bed for a long time, Ernest?
Ernest, we went and saw you at your grave today. Did you see us there?
Okay, so when we asked if Bertha was there, we did get the EMF candle go off in the hallway close to Chris and Anna. Obviously, that is not on screen, so you just have to take our word for it. That's what happened. And then we asked if David's here. David, obviously, at this point, we don't know we got his name on the recorder.
No, we do not.
So we're just asking, because he's one of the documented deaths. So is David here? And we get this large pop sound on the window that's right to our left.
Yeah, that was weird.
We had gotten that cigar/cigarette photo on the Seer app. I wonder if he was a smoker. He could have been the time period he was from, because was he trying to tell us he was a smoker? I don't know. Then, of course, we switch to asking if Ernest is here, and we get this photo pop up of this man in this bed.
Yep.
Who's looks very old and he looks sickly. This is what's interesting about this photo is Ernest Cranford died in the home, and the newspaper article says after a long illness.
Sure does.
And the death certificate says natural causes, but I mean, this was in I think the 60s or 70s. I can't remember. But we're going to put up his information here. So it's interesting to get that in like an old wood bed, sick in bed. And this is the primary largest bedroom in the house. So you're going to assume that was his bedroom when he lived there, right?
Yep.
That was an interesting photo to get, talking about Ernest, like if you were here. So it's like almost like we got a confirmation from the three of them. Like Bertha turned off the candle, David pops the window in the cigarette photo, and then Ernest gives us the picture of the old man in the bed.
Right.
But that was, obviously, this is an application.
Right.
We don't know this for sure. Could have been, but especially the Ernest one threw me for a loop a little bit, because that was his, they talk about it. He had a very long illness. He was very sick for a long time. To get that photo was a little strange.
Yeah, and kind of to touch on what you said, and not to beleaguer the point, but, with these applications, you run a lot of different things with it, just kind of offset and confirmation bias. But when you get something that, just that direct, it's really hard to just go, okay, it's
nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Right.
So,
And then the other thing that happened during this is Anna says she gets a headache.
Yes.
Now, the previous night when we first got there, do you guys remember I said when we were up there smelling the walls, she got a headache then. And then she got a headache again.
Yeah.
And at the time I was like, And she's like, does anything make sense with that? And I told her at the time, well, yeah, because I was thinking about David Brooks because he died of a cerebral hemorrhage.
Yeah.
So now it doesn't necessarily mean it's him. I mean, a lot of sicknesses, you get a headache, but specifically to what he passed away of, for her to, and she's sensitive. So for her to be getting a headache both nights, was he communicating? I don't know.
And it can be an interpretation because when I had my brain bleed, I didn't feel a thing. So you never know.
Right. Yeah. But maybe that's the only way you can communicate a brain injury is give a headache.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's just wanted to mention it because it is a little odd. So now we're going to transition. Chris and Anna are basically going to stay in the same place. And we are going to transition into the blue room, which we just call the kids' bedroom. Yep. Now we have our K2 and the candle, and we've got our little train toy that's motion detected. We'll light up if anything comes close to it, and the REM pod in the room with us. And at this point, we're just trying to communicate with Billy anymore, or if there's anything that they're aware of, because we've kind of talked to the owners and tried to settle some scores with the spirits and try to get everybody basically getting along and that everything's okay and there's nothing to be afraid of. That type of, that's what we were talking about somewhat at the table when we were eating and laughing and joking around. So we want to know if they're okay and if everybody's good now. And we also just feel so at peace up there.
Yeah, it was actually really
the energy
peaceful.
had dropped. It was peaceful. We were all getting sleepy and tired because it was just so calm.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what this, the situation is. So we're gonna play some of this and then talk about it.
Just how quiet it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just super peaceful.
Is everybody at peace here?
I don't think I've ever felt this house like this.
It has never felt like this. Never this peaceful. There's always been a little bit.
Not even at the daytime. I didn't feel like this during the day either.
Yeah.
Especially up here. Like downstairs I can get a little bit more comfortable, but up here I always feel a little on edge. I literally can fall asleep right now. Are you guys all happy?
And guys, we just want you to know that we've got all this stuff out here. And as much as we'd love to talk to you, if you're truly at peace, that's okay too. We just want you in the end to be happy. We want Michael to be happy. We want Kristen to be happy.
We want you to all be here in a calm setting with everyone getting along and everybody's wishes being fulfilled.
Is that what you want? In the time that we've known Michael, he's never been here this long as he was tonight with us. And he was laughing and enjoying himself. Did you enjoy that? Gosh, I gotta think you guys are feeling better now. On this Seer app, we're getting nothing but peaceful sunset after peaceful sunset. We've had like 2 images now,
It's like a farm.
or 3 images of just like peaceful sunset, serene images.
Did you see us downstairs laughing and talking? Having a good time? Did you enjoy that?
Nice. It's a picture of a child on the floor with a twin bed, laughing. Do you trust our intentions are good now? I'm sure with so many people coming in here, it's hard to know who to trust.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a family sitting around a table with some kids. Look at the time period.
Interesting. Yeah. That would have been about that time period. So we've got a picture of a family sitting around a table. Looked to be probably turn of the century clothing.
Do you miss those times? Do you miss having dinner with the family? Laughing and talking around the table like we were earlier?
Good question.
What? I didn't hear anything.
What Anna said about, because we had gotten a picture of a family around the table in turn of the century clothing.
3 tarot cards.
3 tarot cards. I don't know tarot. Let me
I
finish.
don't know tarot either.
And Anna had said, do you miss those times of sitting around there and laughing at a table? It's a very interesting question.
Yeah, because that's what we were doing earlier. We
Yeah,
were around
yeah.
the table, we were laughing and talking, having dinner.
Okay, so when we're talking about peace, we're talking about like, are you guys at peace now that everything's kind of been smoothed over? We get this photo on the Seer app of a sunset.
Yeah.
Like a peaceful sunset with like an old house on a prairie, like a farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peace,
Yeah.
right? And then Anna asks if they saw us talking and laughing downstairs. We get a photo of a child sitting on the floor laughing and like with a twin bed, just like the room that we're sitting
That was
in.
crazy.
Okay. And then I just like, I wanted to kind of like smooth because the night before we got a bunch of get outs, right?
Sure did.
And we never got anything like that the whole day.
Never once.
The only thing that was a little iffy was we can affect you.
Yeah.
I can do what I want, but it wasn't anything scary. Like it was just, okay, I can mess with you.
That's right.
I have this power, right?
That's right.
I'm like, do you trust that our intentions are good now? That maybe we're not like everybody else that possibly comes in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I, honest to God, cannot believe that we got this photo pop up. It is a photo, which we'll put all these up here, of this turn of the century family, a man and kids and a wife, I think. And the thing that's crazy about this is it so closely matches what their kitchen looks like
It's
at the
pretty
Brooks Estate.
wild.
There's a table in the middle of this small room, this family seated around it, and the windows right behind it. That's exactly how the living room of the Brooks or the kitchen of the Brooks Estate looks. But they've got this family, like they've all come together like a family sitting around this table.
Right.
And like, yeah, everything's good. We saw you sitting there. Everything's good. There's like a family here again. And it just, wow.
Yeah.
And we did show these photos to Michael because I think he needed to see that.
Yeah.
That things are okay. I mean, they're on even ground
right.
now. Yeah. Now we do an EVP session on the DR60. Okay, so we're just asking questions. Basically what we just talked about, if we're trying to see if everything's okay.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to play these sessions and then we're going to talk about them.
Okay, so is there anyone here that we have not spoken to that really wants to be heard? Are you guys at peace now? Are you happy? Like when we were downstairs earlier laughing and having a good time. They haven't met picture or not? Thank you.
Okay, so Logan asks, is there anyone here that wants to be heard? It's hard for me to talk right now.
That was tough, actually, hearing that.
Can you tell us your name? My name is Bill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not the easiest one to hear, but that's what I interpreted out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But we don't know who that is.
Right.
Okay. Logan, are you happy? I think I am.
Yes, that I heard.
Mm-hmm. Chris asked, do you enjoy there is positive energy in this house? Yes. I laughed.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool to hear.
Yeah.
And I say, do you have a message for us? No message.
No message.
Like they don't have anything else to say to us. And then Logan says, do you have anything you want to say? Thank you. That meant more than anything. Like, thank you. Because we were trying to repair the relationship between the family that owns it now and the family that is in spirit in this house. And when I say family in spirit, I mean any of the spirits that are located there are now a family in spirit. Mm-hmm. So we needed to repair that connection. Mm-hmm. So to hear a thank you was really nice. So that was that little session. And we only have one more for the night before we call it. But it's so interesting.
Yes, it is.
So we decide we're going to get the spirit box with the portal out again. So Chris and Anna are on the couch like they were before, and Logan and I are sitting in the chairs across the living room. No doll this time, just us.
Thank you.
We've got the Tripwire out, and we've got the REM pod, the K2, the EMF candle, and then we've got the portal sweeping through the channels, okay? So there's so much here, guys. Yes. So much here. So we're going to just play this first.
So the last time we were here, we were down here doing one of these, and you guys may remember this. We had this box, and you guys were talking through it. Do you guys want to try talking through it tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So, who is downstairs willing to talk to us right now? What's your name?
What's going on? The K2 meter's like going all the way up. Energy.
So are you downstairs now? Can somebody try talking through this box?
It's a broken radio.
Ow. So Michael is over here today, and we talked about this upstairs. But he was very happy. Are you happy to see that? David.
Michael.
Did you hear Michael?
Very good.
So we were upstairs asking this question. I'm going to bring it up down here, just in case you weren't up there to hear us. But are you more at peace now?
I am.
I'm hurting.
I heard that, not hurting as well. Do you feel like this place can be safe for Michael? Do you guys like seeing Michael and Red here? I should say Michael and Kristen. Billy, are you down here?
Did that just say in my room?
I thought I did.
What did he say?
In my room.
Well, Billy, why don't you go ahead and come down here?
You can come down and see us. Yeah, can you say your name? Michael. Who are we speaking to? He's telling. Red and Michael aren't here right now.
We get a lot of answers here. We're not going to go through everything. I would just want to mention a few. When the K2 is going off like crazy, which we still think is Logan's phone that he forgot to put on airplane mode, which is right next to it. But we get a response on the box. We're talking about it, and they say energy.
Yeah. That's just wild.
So that's the cool part about it. Is like, it being set off was his phone, but energy. We think it's his phone. We're not for sure, but we assume it's his phone. Now, are you downstairs? Of course. And we're talking about talk through. It's a broken radio. And they're like, how?
Right.
Like, how do I talk through it?
Which is perfectly reasonable to ask.
Yes. And I want to mention this. Are you happy to see Michael in here, back in the house? Yes, Michael.
Yeah.
It's very good. He's not hurting. Not hurting. So all was very positive, which is
really
awesome.
Was.
And, we're like, we want Michael to feel safe to come back in here. Is he safe to come back in here? Safe here. Michael and the girl. So Michael and his wife, Kristen, they're safe here. Michael and the girl.
Yep.
So you guys are safe here, Michael and Kristen. Go back in.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like seeing Michael and Kristen here? Yes. Okay. This one I love so much because it sounds like such a kid response. Billy, are you down here? In my room. Don't come in here.
Yeah.
At the moment.
That's pretty good.
In my room. Don't come in here. Which we call his room the blue room upstairs. Like, don't come in here. I mean, in my room. Don't come in here. And we're like, well, can you come downstairs? And he's like, the woman's in here.
Yeah.
Like, she's in here. I'm not coming in there right now. The woman's in here. It's so cool. Now we asked a few other questions, and we're asking about, Michael and Kristen again. They say Red, which is her nickname because she's got red hair. And we're like, yeah, Red and Michael aren't here right now in the truck. Now, I don't know where they were at the moment. Could they have gone somewhere in town and they could have been in the truck?
Very likely.
And then we get a few highs and stuff. There's not a lot in the rest of that, but those responses were so cool because Michael and them, they can come in here. They're, I see that everything's good. And then Billy's like, I'm not coming down there. I'm in my room.
And don't come in here.
What are you doing that you're not supposed to be doing? That's what I thought immediately. Like the kid, like, what are you doing in that bedroom you're not supposed to be doing? Like, don't come in here.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah. So then Logan, you had gotten up. And so this next part is you coming back and we're asking about that. Okay.
Do you want Logan to stay over there? No. Can he come sit in the chair? Is it okay if he comes and sits back in the chair? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. What is your favorite room in this house? What color are the walls in the room you like? Is there something else you'd like to play with instead? Should we bring you another toy? Yes. What would you like? Do you want a ball upstairs? Yeah? That was a lot we had. Okay. Do you want a small ball or a big ball? Small? Small? Okay. I will find a small ball for you. Do you want the ball to be able to bounce? Do you want one ball or two balls?
One. It was really low.
Did you say one ball?
Try saying that again. It was a little unclear. You want one ball or two balls?
Two. Ball. Okay. We'll bring you two balls tomorrow. Wouldn't it be fun if you could roll the ball down the stairs? Is there anything else you want to play with up there? That's it.
Mhm.
That's it? Okay.
Do you have a color preference?
Try that again. I think I heard you. What color do you want the balls? I heard a color, at least I thought I heard one.
The first time I thought I heard green.
That's what I heard.
Green.
Mm-hmm.
You want a green ball?
Should both of them be green?
Is green your favorite color? Is there anything else you want to tell us?
I think we're getting about ready to close out for the night. If you want to tell us something, you really need to do it now. We know we're going to bring you 2 balls, green balls, small green balls.
Small, bouncy, green balls.
Is there anything else?
It's very specific. I would like to find green ones.
We
Sorry I
are
asked.
all Sykeston
I know.
tomorrow morning.
Well, there's a Dollar General, there's a Family Dollar.
Here in town.
There's a Walmart. There's a Walmart.
Walmart's in Sykeston,
Oh, yeah.
so
If I can't, right. If I can't find green balls, is there another color you would like to have?
red.
Red.
Okay. Maybe I can find 1 green and 1 red. Would that make you happy?
Yeah. It would.
Those are Christmas colors.
Christmas coming out.
Yeah.
It'll be all of our gift to you for Christmas.
I do have a question before we leave. There was a picture taken down here by the bathroom door. And there was somebody in the picture. Do you know who that was?
Try that again. I think we heard something, but
Say
can you,
that name again.
what do you think it said? What was that name again?
Can you say it slowly? Slowly and clear. Do you know who that was? Is this you?
I think I know what I heard.
You heard.
Really?
The first time I thought I heard William.
Mm-hmm. And then the second time it said it really fast.
Uh-huh.
And then that's why I said, can you say it really slow? And I said, Billy.
Billy, do you like to hang out by the bathroom?
Yeah.
Do you like to stand? Billy, do you like to stand by the bathroom? Or hide in the bathroom? When people are in the house?
Well, there was probably no bathroom when they were here, right?
Very likely it was an
It was
outhouse.
probably
It's
no
probably a
house.
outhouse, yeah. Billy, why do you like to stand by that wall?
Is it because you like the music?
I spy. I spy.
Yeah, they spot you.
Yeah.
Do you stand there because you like the music?
Why are we assuming that he likes to stand there? Because his picture was taken there?
Yeah.
Well,
That might just be where they caught the picture at one point in time.
but weren't you seeing something peeking out?
Yeah.
I thought I was, yeah, but what I was seeing was on the other side of the door, not on this side of the door,
Okay.
you know.
Billy, where is your favorite place to hide in this house? Can you try to speak more clearly?
Hello?
I heard that.
Hello?
What's your name? You don't sound like Billy. Did you just come in? Do you want us to play music? play us some music?
What would be an older song that they would probably know?
We could do that back then. In the 20s or 30s?
Yeah.
Heads up.
We'll look for a song. And then what about, who looks outside? Who looks out the upstairs window? Do you have any questions for us before we turn it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off.
Can you say bye-bye?
First, we want to say thank you.
Thank you for speaking with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for allowing us to be in your space.
Can we come back and visit you? Something you.
Yeah. Maybe thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So Logan had gotten up and we wanted to find out do you want Logan to stay over there? No. Can he come sit in the chair? Yes. So you were good to go.
Yeah.
And then this is crazy to me. You hear Logan come out of the spirit box in my voice, and tell everybody how you discovered this.
So I was editing this very video, and she was out. So our office where we're at, I'm in here doing it, and I literally thought she had called my name while I was editing. So I stopped what I was doing, and I looked around, and I'm like, wait a minute. She's not just in this room. So I'm like, well, maybe I just heard it. Sometimes you hear things, especially at my age. And then I go back and I start editing again, and I hear the damn thing again. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's coming from this freaking video. Well, we investigate, so she could have been calling my name for anything. So as I'm looking at it, I'm also seeing that her face isn't moving while it's being said. And I'm like, did that just mimic her? So I'm honestly, I must have gone over this thing about 30 times. And I'm like, this is the creepiest thing, because not only does it sound like her, it has her
My tone.
her tone and how she says my name. It was like, okay, that is weird.
So far out of our group, 3 of the 4 of us have been mimicked. Yet Anna's the only one that hasn't.
That we know
mimicked,
of. Yeah,
that we know
yeah.
of. I'm saying when we're all 4 together.
Yes.
Chris gets mimicked at Ashmore Estates.
Yep.
You got mimicked at OSR.
Yes, I did.
And now I get mimicked at Brooks Estate.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Which that episode will come out at some point, but yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. Logan.
Yeah.
That was creepy. Now there's a few others, they're just whatever. But I want to find out if there's something I can bring Billy to play with. He's a kid, he's a boy. So I'm asking about, is there anything I can bring you? And then I'm like, he's known to like to play with balls. So I'm like, okay, can I bring you a ball? And so we start asking all these questions in line with like what kind of ball he wants, right?
Yeah.
And he is so specific.
Oh,
like,
is he ever?
Do you want? Yeah. I'm like, do you want a small one or a big? Yeah, small one. And how many do you want? 1 or 2? 1 or 2. Is there anything else? That's it.
Yeah,
like
that's it.
He's not greedy. I'll say that much.
No.
That's it. I'm like, what color do you want the ball? Green.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. And I'm like, okay, so now I've got to find a small green ball that's somewhat bouncy for this kid, right? And I'm like, that's awful specific. What if I can't find that? And so I'm like, okay, well, if there's any other color, is there any other color you'd like to have? Red.
Yeah.
And then would that make you happy? It would. So there was this picture taken by the bathroom, and we want to know who this is of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know who that was? So we keep getting William. We get one Billy. William. It just keeps. And I'm like, I think I know what it said. And then it says, tell her.
Yeah.
who's it talking to? Is it talking to you? Talking to Anna?
One
Talking
of
to Chris?
us.
One of you, like, tell, like, you guys already know what you heard. And I'm like, I feel like I heard William. Tell her. And I'm like, what are you, why are you over there? What are you doing over there? I spy. I spy. Like, I like to look. I like to pay attention. I spy. I spy.
Yeah.
Like the I Spy game. It's just crazy. And we're talking about the music and like I died, turn the music up. And like, it's just,
It's very
these
vocal.
are yes. And at the very end, we're thanking them for this and that. And we get another thank you.
Yeah.
And that means more than anything. Like,
Absolutely.
you guys always listen. Thank you. Thank you. We got those 3 things. And that meant the most, is that we're actually doing something right here for them.
Yep.
And that meant a lot. So that was the end of our investigation.
That was it.
At the Brooks Estate with Chris and Anna. We packed up, went to our hotel for the night. And Chris and Anna went home. They had a very long drive. But the next day, I had a mission. I had to go find a green and red, small, somewhat bouncy balls.
And a very, very busy drive-through coffee place.
Yes. So we go to the Walmart because I'm like, okay, this is where I can't find these balls anywhere. Of course, they had them in the party department, which I would have never thought. These, the little small bouncy balls that you get. And so I just got the whole thing of them. So I brought him a blue, a green, and a red because I'm like, oh, one extra. What's it going to hurt, right? And as I'm walking down the aisle of Walmart, I see those little license plate tags that, that you put on the back of kids' bikes with their names on them. And I was like, I wonder. And I found a William. And it's for the Missouri license plate. And it says William. And so I got that. So when we got back to we went back to the Brooks Estate. And, because we were going to say goodbye to Michael and Kristen. And we had a conversation with Michael. And he came in the house. And we had him and whoever it is that they had the beef with talk to each other. Well, not talk to each other, but had him talk to him and just say, everything's good. If you just allow me to come in and do what I need to do, that there's, everything's good. Everything's okay. And it was a really peaceful, nice time in that house. And after that was done, I took the little license plate tag and the 3 bouncy balls, and I went into the blue room, and there's a little table that's between the 2 beds. And I set the license plate and the balls on the table, and I talked to Billy, and I said, I promised you, and I said, I know you said 2, but I got you an extra one just in case, and I found this with your name on it, and I hope you enjoy it, and, we'll be back to visit you, and thank you for speaking with us, and whatever else I said. So that was kind of how we ended it, and we thanked all the spirits for talking to us, and that we were very, happy with how everything went, and thank you for allowing us in here and speaking with us. So that was the end of our session at the Brooks Estate. I'm still completely overwhelmed with the amount of evidence that we got.
Absolutely.
I am incredibly thankful.
Grateful, yeah.
Not only to Michael and Kristen for allowing us to come and do another investigation in this house, but also to Chris and Anna for coming with us and helping us investigate this place. We had a fantastic weekend, like we always do with them, but they bring so much good energy and fun and laughter. We had an amazing time with them. So thank you, Chris and Anna. Thank you, Michael and Kristen. And thank you to David and Billy. Those are the only ones we know of for sure that we spoke to. I mean, I know there was more. We just don't know your names yet, but we're going to find that out. And I just implore anyone that decides they're going to go to the Brooks Estate. You can go on Airbnb. It is there for rent as an Airbnb, but you can also investigate it. Just please be respectful of the spirits. And this is anywhere you go. It doesn't matter where it is. They are human beings that live this life, and they got attached to places just as we do, or to objects. Go in this place and realize this was someone's home, and it's still someone's home. Just because they no longer have a physical body doesn't mean they're not still there, and they're paying attention. They are paying attention to what you're doing. Be respectful. Don't irritate them on purpose. There's no reason for that, because you're going to get what you put out, especially in this place. You put something bad out, you're going to get it back.
Sure will.
Just be kind. Interact with them. Be grateful. Tell them thank you. Do those types of things. It is so incredibly filled with spirits. I mean,
yeah.
We don't even know how many are there as of right now. But like I said before, I think this place is somewhat of a beacon. So when you go in starting to open up communication, there's all sorts of some ones coming in that aren't actually there all the time.
Right.
And because that cemetery is so close, who knows? Who knows?
It just once you open up that
and that's anywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of echo what you're saying, it's always important to remember the respect behind it. And I could not agree more. You see a lot of these investigators, and you see a lot of people do things, and they're always surprised by some of the responses. Well, if you're going to act like a jerk, you may get some jerk responses.
Agreed. Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say that it's right or wrong. No, there's no right or wrong. It's just an investigation technique. But be mindful.
Yeah.
Remember that as you are, they were once, and as they are, you're headed that way. Mm-hmm. We all are.
And how would you like to be treated, especially if you're in your own home and all these people come in, provoking you? And I mean, you're going to act out too. Most
Absolutely.
People would. So just be respectful. The place is an active place. It can switch from being very peaceful to having energy. But
It happened to us.
Yeah, I think it's what you bring in there. Mm-hmm. What you bring in there and how you leave is what determines what happens in that place. And we've seen, we have seen some people be scared out of that place, but that's because they haven't been that kind to the spirits that are located in that property. So, and Billy and David, we feel are there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And take care of them. Be good to them. Yeah. They're important to us, and I know they're important to Kristen and Michael. It's their home. It was their home way before it was our home.
That's right.
Or Michael and Kristen's home. So
it's kind of ours.
It's kind of. It feels like it.
It does. It feels like a little bit.
I feel partial to this place for sure. Obviously.
I mean, when you go there, the history.
Yeah, my history is. Kirsten definitely typed that up, like the stuff that I'd found, and so it's in the booklet on the table of some of the research that I found about the family, which is just heartwarming to see that she put that out like that about the estate. So that's really cool to see. But hopefully that brings some respect and shows that people actually lived in this home and
that's right.
died in this home, and anyway. But that is the return to the Brooks estate. That is not going to be the first return. There'll be many returns because there's still answers I need.
There's a lot to uncover, but guys, once again, thank you so much. What a great episode. We knew it was going to be a long one. Sorry it was a bit overdue. We weren't able to make it on Wednesday, but it's a lot cooler right now, and we're not going to,
melt on screen.
So, but other than that, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.